Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. On this episode of Dogecast, we just have a couple of important things to talk about. One of them relating around the Bank of America and some really good things it said about El Salvador and the fact that they are now accepting Bitcoin as a means of transactions. We're also going to take a look at China and its movement towards a digital currency, centralized digital currency. And finally, we're going to take a look at some of the 5 biggest pieces of news when cryptocurrency for this week. However, it has been very boring this week. This is what it's usually like when you trade in stocks. Pretty boring. Cryptocurrencies are usually volatile and exciting, whether down or up. The first piece of really important news I want to share with you was given to us by Twitter, in which Nayib Bukele, who is the president of El Salvador, shared a global research paper on the Bank of America and some really good things it said about the fact that El Salvador is now accepting Bitcoin. Clicking on that tweet, you can see what the Bank of America said here. I'm just going to take a look at the bolded areas. So they're saying that workers' remittances could benefit from lower transaction costs. There's transaction costs in using banks across El Salvador. It's basically costing El Salvador about 2.4% of its GDP annually. This can be dramatically reduced by using Bitcoin. Financial digitalization with progressive touch, greater consumer choice. It's always an important thing. The more choice consumers have, usually the better. And businesses with American firms and potential to attract Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining could be huge and a way to make a lot of money for any countries that accept it by means of legal application. In addition, you could have easier transaction with American businesses and businesses around the world. Before I move on to this news story, another important thing it's doing for the people of El Salvador is allowing those who do not bank to be able to bank. Nearly 70% of El Salvadorians do not have a bank account, and so Bitcoin allows them to be able to do this in a decentralized way. I know if you live in maybe Europe, United States of America, having a bank account is something that's very normal, but in many places around the world it is not, and it does not allow the people to have access to those sorts of things. And adopting Bitcoin, perhaps Dogecoin, Ethereum in the future allows many people in the world to be able to do that. This is Chinese digital currency versus Bitcoin. So we all know that China is developing its own digital currency. It is the largest country on planet Earth right now that's working on that. It's not the only country. Many of the Caribbean island countries are. You can see there the bullet points of the world's major economies. China is closest to creating a fully fledged central bank digital currency. Like Bitcoin, the digital wont facilitates digital peer-to-peer payment, and this is the biggest bullet point of all right here, and this is the big problem with the Chinese digital currency. However, it differs in that it is controlled by a central authority rather than relying on a decentralized ledger. I almost want to laugh when I read that, because basically the Chinese digital currency is going to go nowhere. No one in the world is going to use China's centralized digital currency, except for the people in China who are forced to use it by their government. There is no way people in the United States of America, European countries, or anywhere else, South America, Africa, are going to be using that currency simply because it's centralized to the government of China, and nobody wants that. So do I think this is going to have any sort of competition with Bitcoin, Dogecoin, anything like that? I do not think it will. And by the way, I don't think any centralized government, including the United States of America, if they produce a centralized digital currency of the United States of America, I don't think it will compete either, because people really want to get away from the centralization of these currencies. And that's a big point. No government can actually do that if it develops its own currency. And this is from CNBC, 5 key things that happened in crypto this week. So these were their big 5. I'm not really going to talk about all of them, just the important ones here. Amazon denies a report that it makes plans to accept Bitcoin as payment. That title is bogus, by the way. It did not deny reports that it plans to make Bitcoin as payment. Amazon simply said that the specifics of the reports that were coming out were not entirely true. So meaning, perhaps the cryptocurrencies that were listed, the time frame that was listed. So the specifics weren't right. It never said that it's not going to accept Bitcoin as payment. However, this title makes it across media all over the place, and nobody essentially cares, but whatever. It did cause a bump in cryptocurrencies and then a pullback as well. Senator Elizabeth Warren continues to push for more crypto regulation. This is not new. She's been doing this for a while. They had the SEC report on the 28th. There was nothing from that. Continues to push for it. Really, nothing's going to happen with that because you really can't regulate it that much. The only thing they can try to do is solidify in law some of the taxation language and try to stop people from skirting around paying Uncle Sam, and that's probably what they're going to do. Other than that, there's not much else that can be done. Tesla and Square record millions in Bitcoin-related impairments. Basically, they've been losing a little bit of money as the crypto crypto, well, a little bit of money. It's actually a lot of money, but for them, maybe a little bit of money, as the crypto market has sort of been, struggling as of late. Crypto industry critiques infrastructure bill. The infrastructure bill is including all the new, perhaps, tax language for cryptocurrencies. And so there's some pushback against that. And then record trading volume of NFTs. So the NFTs, people buying those with digital currency. So let's take a quick look at the charts. Now, before I do, I want to announce this. I am opening up memberships here on YouTube because I have been making some moves in relation to cryptocurrencies that I am not going to share on this channel. I do own some Dogecoin. I own some other cryptocurrencies as well. When I say some, it may be a significant amount to some people. It may not be a significant amount to others. However, I have been switching up the percentages of what I invest in as far as cryptocurrencies are concerned. And within the volatility and some of the situations that are going on specifically with Dogecoin and other cryptocurrencies, I found that it's really stabilized my portfolio quite significantly, and I've seen a nice steady gain and a little less volatility with some of the decisions I'm making. Now, if you're interested in those sorts of things, consider membership with this channel. So basically, if you want to become just a basic member, I think it's like $1.99 a month. If you do that, I will put your name into the end of every video that I have. If you want to be privy to the private videos in which I share any of the decisions that I'm making on it could even be sometimes a daily basis. I've made some changes on a daily basis now as far as pulling money out of certain places and putting them into others. If you want to be privy to that, I believe it's $4.99. Those were pre-established by YouTube. I didn't re-edit any of them. Those are the two tiers. There was a third tier, it was like $49.99. I just deleted that tier, and there was like a fourth tier that was like $99.99 or something a month. I deleted that one as well. So I just kept the two that were preset by YouTube, $1.99, $4.99. So if you are interested in the moves that I'm making and you feel like $4.99 is something you want to be a part of each month to hear that, I will be releasing private videos to those individuals only on the decisions that I'm making. I probably will, send that video out to you specifically. I will list it as private and then send it out to you via email so that you can see that. So if you're interested in it, I do believe that there's a button right next to the subscribe button, which will allow you to join. Try it out. I don't know, maybe try it for a month, see how it goes. Maybe it'll work for you. Maybe it won't. Maybe you want to find out what it looks like. Again, I'm not a financial guru, but many of you may have found that you sort of trust the information that I've been giving you, and you do want perhaps sort of that inside look into some of the things that I'm specifically doing myself when it comes to cryptocurrencies. And so that I will give you the best that I can. Okay. So other than that, it's up to you. But let's take a look at the chart. So here's Dogecoin of the day, down 1%. Nothing great going on. Here's the week. Look at this week. Just not much happening this week at all. And the past month, we fell all the way down, and now we've kind of had this line of inclination, and we're sort of steadying off and becoming very horizontal. So that's what we've been saying as far as meh. There's a lot of consolidation going on. When anyone says consolidation, it basically means that the cryptocurrency doesn't know which direction it wants to go, especially Dogecoin. I mean, look at this. It doesn't really know where it wants to go. Does it want to go up? Does it want to go down? If you go out to the 3-month chart, it's even more obvious. Where does Dogecoin want to go? Does it just want to stay straight up? Where? So it's consolidating out. That's largely what it's doing. Bitcoin and Ethereum have tried to push up. So if you see the 3-month on Bitcoin, here's the push up. It's recently drawn back down, Bitcoin. Ethereum is also trying to push up as well. So, not as much consolidation in Ethereum and Bitcoin as with Dogecoin. Dogecoin's not sure where it wants to go right now. Which doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. It could mean that when it goes where it's going to go, and hopefully it's an up, it could significantly go where it's going to go. And of course, as investors in Dogecoin, we would hope that that would be the case. But it looks like the other two are trying to push up. So hopefully that will be the direction. There is pretty low volume right now of trading in most of these cryptocurrencies, lower volume than what they should normally experience during a bull market. Also lower volume with Dogecoin. But if the volume can pick up for some reason, and there's many reasons why it could pick up. Number one, we get past all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt of the government regulation. Number two, Robinhood opens up a crypto wallet. Number three, we have Dogecoin's 1.21 upgrade that comes out. Number four, we see some sort of connection between Dogecoin and Ethereum. That bridge is fully done and ready to go. Of course, we see the lower transaction fees with Dogecoin. We see that Tesla is now accepting Dogecoin and Bitcoin. Many other major companies might be able to do that as well. Amazon's not going to be doing it this year for sure, and it couldn't do it anyway. We see the mission by Tesla, the space mission Doge 1, hopefully first quarter of 2022. Happening. So any one of these news stories could really factor into a major push up for Dogecoin. And all those are going to be happening in the future. I mean, there's a greater than 90% chance that every single one of those things, in fact, will happen. It's possible one of them might not happen, maybe, but greater than 90% chance that they will happen. So hopefully Dogecoin will push in the upwards direction as well. Ethereum's actually doing okay. Ethereum's been doing really good this week, up 15%. And Bitcoin has been doing moderate this week as well. So hope you guys find this news interesting. Again, if you want to be a member of the channel, click that button and try it out for the month, see how it goes. And I'll see who comes along with me, and I'll release some videos and put some names on the screen for those of you that would like to support this channel in that way. As always, thank you for coming along with me. I will catch you all next time.